In 24 hours after that humiliating cup defeat to Grimsby, Andre Onana took a fair bit of criticism for his part in the defeat, with United remaining in talks with Royal Antwerp over the signing of Lammens. Now, James, United fans will be asking, can their problems be solved by buying a goalkeeper? I'm guessing the answer might not be yes.
Well, they can't solve all their options,
no.
but the issues by signing a goalkeeper. But when you look at the goals they've conceded, there have been 3 matches of the season. 3 of the goals could have been prevented if they had a goalkeeper in there that wasn't making mistakes. And Andre Onana and Altay Bayindir have made a number of errors for Manchester United. Andre Onana has over the course of the 2 years he's been at the club, and with the 2 goals yesterday. And Bayindir doesn't look quite right when it comes to balls coming into the box either via crosses or set pieces. But the thing is, for Manchester United, there's a number of issues there, but you can't solve every single issue you have in one transfer window. You have to prioritise, and what United have done in this transfer window is they've prioritised sorting out their front line, which they've done, signing a striker and 2 wide players as well. They'd like to sign a centre midfielder and a goalkeeper, but you're so heavily restricted when it comes to profit and sustainability. And unfortunately for Manchester United, they've not been very good at selling players. If they were able to sanction departures for the likes of Rasmus Højlund, Jadon Sancho, Antony, but get really good money for these players, then they would be in a really good position in the final few days of this window where they could go, right, we know we need a goalkeeper, let's go and get the best one in the world, let's go and get Donnarumma. Everyone in the world wants to sign him. But because United can't sell well at this moment in time, they can't attack the final days of this transfer window, because they'd leave themselves in a situation whereby, to comply with PSR, if they don't sell these players and get good money, they'd have to then try to sell them in January, where clubs know they're desperate to sell them. They wouldn't be able to buy players in January. Or they'd have to try and sell them before the 30th of June next summer, where clubs know they're absolutely desperate to get rid of them to avoid breaching profit and sustainability rules. We know they remain in talks with Royal Antwerp around the signing of Lammens, but he wouldn't immediately come in and be United's number 1. That's not our understanding. He's 23 years of age. He's a goalkeeper that Amorim's admired for a long period of time. He's looked at him since he was at Sporting, in fact. But he's been seen as somebody that can come and compete for the number 1 jersey. I think if you ask Manchester United fans, this game against Burnley this weekend, they'd want Tom Heaton to start in goal. If you did a poll right now, they'd want Tom Heaton to start in goal. That's how little confidence they have in the goalkeepers they have there right now. But in terms of United going after somebody who's going to come in and be a number 1 straight away, unfortunately, at this moment in time, it looks that is going to be pretty much impossible for them to do before Monday night.
Yeah.
The result that sent shockwaves through Old Trafford and beyond. Manchester United suffered a humiliating defeat to Grimsby, a club far below United's usual standard. Fans watching live couldn't believe what they were seeing. The Premier League giants looked sloppy, nervous, and at times completely outplayed by a lower league side. Mistakes piled up, nerves got the better of the players, and the scoreboard told a story that nobody expected. It wasn't just a loss. It was a statement that all is not well in Manchester. And if that wasn't enough to get the Red Devils faithful worried, the spotlight quickly turned to one of the most talked-about positions in football, the goalkeeper. Andre Onana, brought in with so much expectation, made a number of errors that directly contributed to the defeat. Some were simple misjudgments, others were glaring mistakes that a team of United's caliber can rarely afford. Social media erupted with criticism, pundits questioned his readiness, and the pressure on him has only intensified. Fans are now left asking, can Onana recover and prove he's the long-term solution, or does Manchester United need to look elsewhere? Speaking of alternatives, this brings us to the goalkeeper transfer market. Manchester United have been closely monitoring Sander Lammens from Royal Antwerp. Lammens is young, highly rated, and considered by scouts as a potential future star. Talks with Antwerp have been ongoing, but as with all transfers, there's no guarantee the deal will go through, and United know this. The club doesn't want to be caught off guard, which is why discussions around backup options and alternatives are ongoing behind closed doors. But here's where the plot thickens, and this is something you need to pay close attention to. The club's financial situation and adherence to the PSR, profit and sustainability regulations, are putting significant limitations on their transfer activity. For instance, high-profile targets like Gianluigi Donnarumma, one of the most talked-about goalkeepers in Europe, are currently out of reach. Manchester United simply cannot make certain moves without affecting their financial standing. And this has left the club in a position where careful planning is essential. It's not just goalkeepers. The club is also struggling to move some of its high-profile players. Names like Rasmus Højlund, Jadon Sancho, and Antony have proven difficult to sell or loan, further complicating the financial puzzle. Each player who remains on the books ties up significant resources that could otherwise be allocated to strengthen other areas of the squad. This is where strategy and patience become critical. United can't just make impulsive signings. Every decision has to be calculated. Now, let's zoom in on one of the most important aspects: squad priorities. While the goalkeeper position remains a talking point, the club is also laser-focused on reinforcing the front line. Attackers and creative players who can make an immediate impact are considered crucial, and resources are being carefully allocated to these positions. It's a delicate balancing act. Do you spend on a new goalkeeper who may solve long-term issues, or do you prioritize forwards who can provide immediate results in the Premier League? Right now, it seems the front line is taking precedence, though that doesn't mean the goalkeeper debate is over. So what does all this mean for Manchester United fans? In short, it's a period of uncertainty. Some elements of the squad are underperforming, others are blocked by financial constraints, and the board is carefully managing the transfer market to avoid mistakes. But there's also opportunity. The talks around Lammens, combined with alternative solutions in case the primary plan fails, show that the club is thinking ahead. Meanwhile, careful prioritization of forward positions could be the difference between salvaging this season and falling further behind in the Premier League race. And let's not forget, these moves don't happen in isolation. Every missed sale, every financial limitation, every negotiation affects multiple areas of the team. That's why even small decisions, like who will start in goal next weekend or which attacker will get minutes, are intertwined with long-term strategic planning. United's hierarchy is playing a complex game behind the scenes, balancing the immediate need to win with long-term sustainability and growth. At the same time, the fans are watching closely. Social media, forums, and pundit commentary are all full of speculation, analysis, and criticism. United supporters are passionate, and for good reason. Every decision feels monumental. Every signing or failure to sign can shape the trajectory of the club. The pressure is intense, the stakes are high, and the tension is palpable. Now, circling back to the goalkeeper situation, this is the point where the story really picks up. Lammens remains a prime target, but United are preparing alternatives to ensure they aren't left exposed. Onana has the chance to prove himself, but the cracks in his performance have forced the club to hedge its bets. Combine that with financial limitations, difficulty moving existing players, and the need to invest in attackers, and you can see how complex this puzzle has become. It's a high-stakes scenario that will have a huge impact on the club's success over the coming months. As we watch how these negotiations unfold, one thing is clear: Manchester United are at a crossroads. Decisions made in the transfer market, player performances, and strategic prioritization will shape not just the season, but potentially the club's direction for years to come. The humiliation against Grimsby has exposed vulnerabilities, and now the board, manager, and recruitment team must act decisively to rebuild confidence, shore up weaknesses, and make the squad competitive again. So here's the takeaway for fans watching right now: the drama isn't over. Transfers, tactical decisions, and player movements are all ongoing. While the initial shock of the Grimsby defeat has faded slightly, the lessons learned from that match will resonate as United navigate the challenges of the season. Keep an eye on Onana, Lammens, and the frontline signings. The next few weeks could be pivotal, and every update will matter. In short, Manchester United are balancing multiple pressures: on-field performance, player development, financial sustainability, and strategic transfer planning. Mistakes like the ones seen in the Grimsby defeat cannot be repeated, but neither can hasty transfer decisions. The board and coaching staff must weigh short-term results against long-term stability, and fans can only watch closely and hope that careful planning pays off. So, stay tuned, follow every update, and keep watching closely. The story of Manchester United this season is far from over, and every decision in the transfer market or on the pitch could change everything. Keep your eyes on the club, because the next developments could be huge.